Welcome back, everyone, to Football Focus SG podcast with myself, Faiz. And today, our returning guest is back. He is a Red Devils favorite. His name is Shan. He's our actual future and current next co host with our podcast. Please welcome back, Shan. How are you today?
Hi, thank you so much. I'm doing good. Thank you. How are you, Faiz? How's
Yeah, I'm
everything on
good
your
as
side?
well. Unfortunately, no Mr. JB for today because he's a
Yeah,
little bit busy schedule for himself, but
no
not to
problem.
worry. Football is still gonna go on. The talks and opinions and everything is still gonna go on. So, Shan, just a real quick thing. Since our last conversation that we have on
Mm-hmm.
this channel, we were discussing about Man United and how Carrick is. And at that point of time, he was only 2 games in. And I
Mm-hmm.
think it was just before Man United against Arsenal. That was our last conversation. And since
Mm-hmm.
then, they have beaten Arsenal, they have beaten
Yes,
Spurs,
yes,
and of course, a more recent result, which is a draw against West Ham. So Carrick's first 5 game was a 4 win and 1 draw, which means the guy who wanted to cut hair, he could not cut. But here we are
yes.
with our
Unfortunately,
yeah,
yes.
but but as a Man United fan, I know yes, he's over the moon right now with Carrick.
Mm-hmm.
And we kind of see this before with
Mm-hmm.
Ole back then.
Yes, yes, correct.
So now my question to you, how long should you guys keep or stick with Carrick till? Is it still till the end of the season? Or if this goes on well, will you actually give him a chance in a bit in the next season?
Well, to be fair, he is actually doing a good job because you can see the changes in the way the system that he implements on the menu and the freedom that is given to the players to actually play their game, and they are actually playing in their own original position.
Yeah.
So for me, I think it's better to stick with Carrick until at least the end of the season, and then we will have a full review of the time that he actually managed Man United from the start to the end.
Yeah.
So I think it's if you ask me, there is possibility of getting him as a permanent because since he already know the system, the DNA of Menu also is already inside him.
Mhm.
So, but 5 games in, 4 wins with 1 draw, I think that says a lot about his how he is managing the team.
Yeah, I
So
mean, like
I
considering 3 of the teams you face like Man City, Arsenal, Spurs. Okay, to be fair, Spurs was having a terrible season, but
yeah.
it is still much more impressive than what Ole did the first time around when he joined back Man U. I think this is where, the question comes in.
Mhm.
Like, comparing the two similar identity, both ex-players, both are doing well, having that manager bounce. However, the schedule or basically the fixtures of Carrick is far more impressive than Ole when he first few joined.
Yeah. Because I think the first game was already a Manchester derby. So and then he won
Yeah,
that game with a clean sheet 2-0. And then after that comes Arsenal and then he won the game 3-2 at Emirates.
yeah,
We given Arsenal form right now and everything. So on top of that, a win against Spurs and then even Fulham, even though it's a last minute kind of win against Fulham and also the last minute equalizer, but the fighting spirit is there and he has the control of the team. So still give him a chance till the end of the season. And if you ask me, he might be given the permanent job if he's doing a good job. And if we secure the fourth spot for Champions League next season, I think that is the main target given to him as a caretaker.
mm.
So I think the fourth placing is a must for him to secure his job for the next season as a permanent manager with Man United.
All right. But just curious because since we never get to
Mm,
really spoke to you before the season began. But when Ruben
okay.
Amorim was with Man United, was top four your expectation under him at that point of time?
I would say yes, because when we bring in Amorim, even though the last game of last season we lost against Spurs, we lost the Champions League spot,
Mhm.
but we were expecting him to perform and then expect him to at least before he was being before he left Man United, we were expecting to be somewhere around 6-5, around that position playing for Champions League, but we were not. Expectation definitely is there for him to finish in the fourth placing, but unfortunately, I think with him the confidence become lesser every game because of his choice
Yeah.
of players, tactics, and everything. So once Carrick comes in, the confidence is back. So let's see. Hopefully, we can end in fourth spot.
Do you
Yeah.
think you can try go for third in your opinion with Aston Villa there?
it's not just Aston Villa. We still have Chelsea and Liverpool. Actually, we are all very
It's just
close.
behind,
So
yeah.
yes, we can look at Villa on the third spot. We missed out on the third spot on the last game because of the draw, but you can see Chelsea, Liverpool are also closing up. So if third spot is a bonus, fourth is a must. Actually, if you ask me.
Okay, all right. So
Yeah.
for today, we're gonna actually do a little bit of an EPL review because our special guest here, Sean, who joined us, we have discussed a lot more about Man United, and as you can see, I'm not even wearing my Arsenal jersey today. Out of respect for it, sure, you guys won, fair play. A lot of
Yeah.
worldly goals over there. But however,
Yes.
now's the time where I can actually ask you a little bit more opinion about
Hmm.
other teams and other EPL matches and fixtures in general. And speaking about like,
Okay.
from Emerim, and
Hmm.
now he's gone. And as of now recording, Thomas Frank is also gone. Now,
Yes.
that's a hot topic that's happening, and I want to know from your opinion as a rival fan, because
Mhm.
I think more particularly Man United fans relate more to Spurs, not in that sense, but more like last season, Man United and Spurs were in the bottom half. You guys are
Mhm.
in the Europa League final.
Yep.
I think you guys interact a little bit more in that sense. So,
Mhm.
as a Man United fan, of course, as a rival fan, seeing another big team struggling is, well, a hate watch is something that we would enjoy. I mean, I
Mhm.
would enjoy, I suppose. But but in your case, like for Man United fans, seeing this Thomas Frank getting sacked, what is your
Mhm.
instant reaction when you see? Is it expected? Is it like, maybe you should have given time due to how Spurs was last season?
Mm. Okay, first, if you compare a manager job in Man U and Spurs, I think the demand is of course higher in Man United because of the past history that the club has and everything, and the responsibility that the manager has to keep up with how Man United should finish because it's common we need to finish in the top four, top five, and everything. So
Mm.
for Thomas Frank, if you look at his form, I think he has been losing games back to back, and then he even lucky with a
Yeah,
draw, I think recently.
yeah,
So I think it's in the books actually. It's just a matter of time. It's just a matter of when he will actually be sacked because
yeah,
given the form that Spurs in and they are now being pulled into the relegation battle. So
yeah.
it's not shock actually, to be honest, that he's been fired by the club. So because Spurs also, can be considered as a big club, and what their expectation might be is to at least finish in a Europa League spot for Tottenham Hotspur, because being in, you won the Europa League last season, so
Yeah.
the expectation and to say that the squad is actually has the strength to play in the Champions League,
Mm.
to perform in the Champions League, also to finish in a very good position in the league even
Yeah.
without Sun this season, because I think that is actually a key part of it. Without Sun, without a proper leadership, maybe. So and then we expect better from Spurs this season. However, given the form that they are in, I think it's a matter of time. Thomas Frank was being, and then true enough, today we got the news that he was being fired.
Yeah. And also
Yeah.
speaking about managers who get fired. I mean, even Sean Dyche was apparently got fired
Yes.
by Nottingham Forest. So Nottingham
Yes.
Forest, three managers been sacked this season.
Mm-hmm.
We went from Nuno Santo to
Nuno
Ange, and now
Santo.
Sean Dyche. Now,
Mm-hmm.
my question to you next is Nottingham Forest gonna stay up this season, in your opinion?
Ah, tough. I think they are very tough right now because I think the mistake they did was they let go of Santo. They didn't give him the enough time and the support. And I
Mm,
think the club owner is also, I think, is quite demanding because what
mm,
he wants immediate success. He wants, to win. Of course, every club wants to win the game and everything,
yeah,
but certain club might take some time.
yeah,
Santo actually is a good manager, but now he's also in a relegation battle with West Ham. So
yeah,
changing manager three times in this season, if you don't give time to the managers, it's a matter of time. Players have to adapt to different style, different managerial
yeah.
system and everything. So it will be tough. If you ask whether Nottingham Forest will be staying up, I don't think so because once the Sean Dyche is left and then they are in a mess actually to actually
Yeah,
find a replacement manager to play and then to actually this is the time you need to stay with your manager because the manager knows the team and everything. So
yeah.
I think West Ham might stay up and then Nottingham Forest might be relegated.
Yeah, I
together
mean,
with Burnley and Wolves. Yeah.
and Burnley and Wolf. Yeah, I was about to ask you for a prediction, but well, thank you for already giving me already. But also at the same time, I think the other thing about Nottingham Forest that I want to highlight, like
Mm.
how much of a difference when last season they were actually pushing for Europe. They
Yes.
were like, in the Europe
Mm.
Conference League, I think, and all
Yes,
that. So
yes.
like everyone thought like, they have the squad. Nuno Santo, we all know, is a decent
Hmm.
manager. But the fallout with the owner starts all this. And here they are now relegation battles. It's the fact that they're gonna lose so much more players after this.
Hmm.
And now my question to you, like with Spurs now sacking the manager, Nottingham Forest sacking their manager, who do you think is gonna replace these clubs right now that you see? Just give me a name that maybe that could suit these two clubs in your opinion.
You know, when a relegation club actually fires their manager, there's only one name who always appear. Sam Allardyce, Big Sam.
No, big Sam. Ah, yeah, he's always a classic,
He is a
old
classic
school
manager. Yeah.
manager that will help fight for the relegation. Yeah,
Yeah. So if you ask me on top of my head right now, who's gonna be the one? It's quite tough to actually bring up any name.
yeah,
So I'm not sure. Maybe, well, I can't really say much on top of my head right now, but it's quite tough because if a manager were to come into a club that is currently fighting for relegation, it's
yeah,
huge drop.
yeah.
And then on top of that, if you expect to finish in the European spots, it's much more difficult. So I don't know. On top of my mind, I'm so
It's all
sorry. I
right,
don't
man.
know
No,
who.
no worries, no worries, no worries. Look, it's not like an exam
Yeah,
where I need you to give me an answer, but
I know, but
just
it's just
just
on top of
as
my
a
head
rival
right
fan,
now.
sometimes you can see certain club fits well with certain managers. You know that kind of
Mm,
thing. So
yeah,
like for
yeah.
me, like I myself, I look at Spurs, and then like recently we saw even De Zerbi just left Marseille.
Yes, yes,
I think
yes.
that could
Marcel.
be a decent pair, if you ask me. But De Zerbi is kind of
Mm,
like of a loose cannon as well. So it's hard to say.
yeah.
But this is a new Spurs kind of a squad, like what you said. All their senior players
Mm,
like Harry Kane,
mm-hmm.
Hugo Lloris, Heung-min Son, all these,
Fun, yeah,
the
yeah.
spine of the whole integral part of the team has been
Mm-hmm.
gone. So maybe you do need someone like De Zerbi and all that. And for Nottingham Forest,
Yes.
very similar like what you said. Old school manager is what you need just to get you out of the just to get you
Yes.
out of the rut. So all right. So let's move on real quick to the top side of the table, which
Mm-hmm.
is the title race that's happening right now between Arsenal and Man City. Now,
Mm-hmm.
yes, for Arsenal, not say it's been rough, but after that 3-2 loss to Man United. Many people
Uh-huh.
thought that Arsenal's gonna slip a bit. Again, this is where the time comes, against with Leeds, this kind of
Yes.
promotional team, and the mentality of Arsenal comes into
Mm-hmm.
question. But 4-0 with Leeds and 3-0 with Sunderland. Yes, I know this is like
Mm-hmm.
newly promoted team, but
Mm-hmm.
things are going a bit okay. But now my question to you now, with Man City always playing the second and chasing for the first,
Mm-hmm.
is Arsenal gonna bottle it again this season?
You know, right now it's quite easy to say because they are winning 4-0, 3-0. But you must remember they are still in all of the competition. They are still in the Carabao Cup, they are still in the FA Cup, they are still in the Champions League.
Yeah,
So the real test will come once the Champions League starts again, I
yeah,
think the round of 16 and all this. So that is the crucial period whereby that is the real test for Arsenal, whether their squad is strong enough to sustain back-to-back matches, week and midweek. That is the part, because we are saying it's the same as Man City. Man City is also still in the Champions League. So if you were to know, I think I don't want to say Arsenal will bottle it, but the chances are still there because if you look at the points, it's like barely what it's 3 points before Arsenal playing, I think, tonight. So um it's tough, but hopefully Arsenal can go through with the pack fixtures that's coming up. So hopefully, and I think Arsenal have good enough strength in their squad. So hopefully they can go all the way across the finishing line and finally win the EPL. But Man City will always be behind, watching and closing up. So
yeah. I
tough
mean,
to say, but for
especially
me,
yeah, like especially after the crazy second half
mhm,
I've ever seen this season, which is Man City and
yes,
Liverpool.
Liverpool, yeah, yeah, correct.
It's it is to a point where, like, you almost feel like the EPL is back. That kind of tire race, that
Yes,
kind of
yes, yes, yes.
deciding match that
Correct.
happened. So now I guess let's bring the attention a little bit to Liverpool now. I know,
Mm-hmm.
yes, I think after so many managers getting sacked
Mm-hmm.
left and right this season, Arne
Mm-hmm.
Slot now is becoming more and more frequent mention now because
Yes.
everyone's looking for the manager bounce now. So, what did you make of Liverpool this season so far? Considering, yes, it's Arne Slot's first season last season and they won the entire thing.
Mm.
And then
Yep.
this season, there's a lot of changes. I think we've like Trent Alexander-Arnold
Mm-hmm.
left, Luis Diaz left.
Mm-hmm.
Who else left? I know they have a few other players that left, and of course, yeah, with the passing of Diogo Jota and all that.
Yeah.
So it's like a massive change in the squad, and they sign in a lot of high-profile players. But
Mm-hmm.
six at the moment, struggling to keep up with the top four. How do you assess Liverpool, especially, coming from a rival fan like you? I mean, I'm sure you enjoy right
Okay.
now being against
I
Liverpool.
Okay, in terms of this kind of question, I think I have to be fair because for a defending champion, I think they are doing actually bad. After Leicester City, they are the
Yeah.
next worst Premier League champion
Reigning
to
champion. Yeah,
be.
a lot of topic about that. So I'm curious to
Yes.
know about your opinion.
So I'm actually quite shocked that Arne Slot is still the manager of Liverpool, to be honest, because after the
Mm.
fallout with Salah and then after the off form and everything, and then even the fans are going against him
Yeah.
because what they say is true. He won the Premier League with Jurgen Klopp's team. Actually, it's not his own team. So
Yeah.
this season he built up his own team and he spent a lot on
Yeah.
Ekitike. He brought in Isak from
Mm.
Newcastle. So the expectation was there.
Mm.
Pre-season, before the season started, we actually saw that wow, Liverpool is a team that we need to really beat. They will be the one that facing fighting with Arsenal and Man City, but it becomes otherwise this season. So I think, but they are still have the chance to finish at least a top four. They are also playing against Chelsea, Liverpool, Aston Villa, Man U to finish in the top four. So um, tough to say, but I think they are not in the form this season.
Mm.
Arne Slot is still their manager because I don't think Liverpool is in a way that they want to quickly change manager because he just won the Premier League last season for them.
Mm.
So overall, I think given a rival, I hope at least they finish below Man United this season. Is a good point for me.
Yeah, true. But would you reckon that if Arne Slot still stays, Liverpool will bounce back next season? Because they have all the new players that are like still new to the
Mhm,
EPL, like Hugo Ekitike, Florian
mhm,
Wirtz, Jeremy Frimpong. These are players who never play EPL.
mhm.
And if Arne Slot still stays, do you think Liverpool will actually go for the title more, or do you think like they're just like fighting for the top four again, their season kind of like how it is
I
now?
think they will be fighting for the top four again because doesn't mean you bring in all the good players, the star players, they will still perform.
Yeah.
They will need to play in the right position and then but to how we see, okay, given the doubt that Isak is injured and all this, so we can't really utilize him as a top striker right now. So if they were to retain us on a slot for next season, I think he will be still fighting for the top four. He's not a manager that is able to bring the club to win the Premier League again. So
Yeah.
I think Liverpool might need to find a new manager for the next season.
All right, all right. I appreciate
Mm-hmm.
their opinion and thoughts always. All right,
Yeah.
so we're gonna play a little bit of a quick game here. So I'm gonna ask you two things, and all you have to do is to just give me your opinions and thoughts of it.
Okay.
So give me the two teams, the biggest, basically as of currently right now, the overachieving club and the underachieving club currently right now this season.
Overachieving, I would say Aston Villa definitely. Because you look at
Mm,
how they are in the third placing right now under
yeah,
Unai Emery, and then they are playing well, getting all the goals, the wins, and then so I think they are the one that's overachieving. Underachieving, I have to say, is definitely Tottenham Hotspur actually,
yeah,
because we expect more from them being a
yeah.
Europe League champions. The vibe that they bring in, even though the lose of Sun, I thought they can actually be better. So that's the underachieving team for me is Tottenham Hotspur.
All right, all right.
Yeah.
For my take, I think I will give like for the overachieving. I know I'm tempted to give Aston Villa as well because very rare we
Mm-hmm.
get to see Aston Villa being in a tire race kind of a thing. But I'm
Yep.
actually gonna give this one to Brentford. Here's why. For them to be
Mm.
in seventh place, and me and Mr. JB had a prediction before the season starts. And I'm pretty sure I'm not the only one. I've seen a lot of other football YouTubers who do their prediction thing before the season starts. Most of
Mm-hmm.
them are most of them put Brentford as a relegation battle
Oh,
because the fact that they
okay.
lost Thomas Frank, they lost
Yes.
the captain Christian Ogard, they lost Mbuemo and Weezy,
Mbemo,
the
yes.
goal scorers, and they're seven. How does that work? It
Yeah,
doesn't it
actually, you're
doesn't make
right.
sense for them to be above teams like Crystal Palace,
Mm-hmm.
who last season impressed people very much.
True.
Above Spurs, above Nottingham Forest, who performed well last
Yes.
season. Bournemouth, who performed well last season. And they're only
Yes.
3 points behind Liverpool. I think they are by far to me the biggest overachievers. And I would sincerely apologize for putting them in relegation spot in my prediction. Yeah,
Yeah,
so
we
so
never
that
expect.
prediction thing is gonna be really, really bad. And Dori, Shan, you're gonna be around in the next season prediction. You're
Okay.
joining us. So the underachievers, um, Spurs, yes, I'm tempted to say I can agree with you, but it's
Mm-hmm.
only because that Spurs last season was in the same position as what they were now, 16 and 16, around
True.
there.
Yeah.
So the biggest fall, I would say maybe Nottingham Forest because they were last season hitting so high and then now they drop.
Yep.
Also, a little bit of a, I guess, special mention, not so special mention because he's underachieving, right?
Mm-hmm.
West Ham,
Yes,
I
I
don't know
agree on
what
that
happened
side.
to them this season. They always
Yes.
have the squad, they always have the thing, but now when I look at the squad, it's actually quite mediocre.
Yep.
Like
Yep.
even now, Lucas Paqueta has left already. So this
Yeah.
is like how I don't know how West Ham project has fallen apart this much, but
I
it should not be
agree.
that. I know Crystal Palace
I
also.
was actually between Spurs and West Ham, actually, when you asked me for underachiever. So, but yeah, you are right. I would say West Ham expect much way better from
Yeah,
them,
like I
actually.
wouldn't
But
expect them to be like, like kind of like how, not
mm-hmm.
say like can't fight for the Euro season, but we know
At
the
least a
squad that they have.
mid-table,
Yeah, yeah,
kind of
yeah.
series,
But for
but
them to
not a
be
relegation battle. Yeah.
no, for them to be in 18 for a long time, this is not like a,
Yeah.
like a
Yeah.
recent thing. They have been there for a long time. They have not got out of the zone, I think, since what, the early
Mm-hmm.
first few match days. So I think that's pretty bad. Oh yeah, I guess special mention to Sunderland as well. I think for overachieving one. Because, everyone thought like,
Yes.
a team that come back for a long time and they are
Mm-hmm.
overshooting everything right now. Even though
They
now
were
they dropped
really
to
high.
11, but
Yeah.
they are much more comfortable than the other promoted teams so far.
I agree. Agree. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. So, before we wrap things up,
Mm-hmm.
John, just one last thing I'm gonna ask you right now. All right.
Sure.
Uh, I want you to try to give me your current team of the season from the top of your head, your current team of the season player who performed well. I'll keep it strict and simple 4-3-3. You can give me your squad, I'll give you my squad. Eventually, at
Mm-hmm.
the end of the season, we're going to review again. But this is just
Okay.
at the current moment, 25 games in, your team of the season. Who has impressed
My
you?
team of the season. Okay.
Yeah.
Um, for goalkeeping wise, I gotta give to Lemons, to be honest, because of the the huge role that he has to take over Onana. And then people are
Hmm.
saying that who is this guy? We don't even know. But overall, I think he has been, because he
Yeah.
and Donnarumma, so both are actually, people are saying Donnarumma is better and everything. Of course, with all the
Yeah.
history and everything. But for keeper, I have to give to Lemons. And then if you ask me for the defense wise,
All right. While you're
Saliba
looking
has to
through at
be.
the defense, I'll tell you my goalkeeper
Uh-huh.
as well. All
Okay.
right. My goalkeeper picking, of course, I'm tempted to say Raya, of course, because he's the top currently in the clean
David
sheet.
Raya.
But
Yeah, yeah,
however, I
yeah.
think I've seen a lot of people say that he only got that clean sheet due to like the people in front of him, like Saliba and Gabriel. These are
Yep.
solid back there. But um, I guess given the fact that I rarely get to pick a player that is from newly promoted team, and this player
hmm
impresses me the most, which is Robin Roof from Sunderland. This guy
Okay.
actually impresses me all the time because on average, yes, I know he's playing for Sunderland, which is already difficult.
Mhm.
And for him to actually have like 8 clean sheets this season, that
Oh,
is quite
that
impressive.
is a
He
good,
has more
yeah.
than Ellison, he has more than Nick Pope, he has more than Emi
hmm
Martinez. And I'm not saying like Sunderland doesn't have a strong backline, but we're not saying like Saliba or Gabriel kind of level yet.
hmm
So to me, that alone is quite impressive. So I'm actually gonna give this one to the underdog a little bit. Then we move up to the four defenders. So who do you have for the four defenders?
I have to give to Saliba actually because of
Saliba, all right, all
how
right.
he's controlling the defense and everything. I think he deserves a spot for me in the defense. I'm being neutral. I'm being
Yeah,
fair.
yeah, yeah,
I
yeah,
won't be biased. Yeah,
yeah.
for keeper, I have to be biased because I think Lemons did quite a good job because of what we went through. So Saliba is one of the defense that I'm actually for me as one
All
of
right.
the defense.
Then
Yeah,
who's your other pairing next to Saliba then? Like, or two center pairing before I'll
if
share my
you
two
you
center
know
pairing.
I don't want to be biased, but I have to say Maguire actually because he improved a
Maguire.
lot. He
Okay.
improved a lot, and then on top
Yeah.
of that, he has been our key actually. Besides we have who's that guy, the Argentina, well, just
Martinez? You said
Martinez,
Martinez?
yes,
Yeah.
Martinez and Euro, but I
Yeah,
think
yeah.
he and Martinez actually, I have to give it to Maguire because of how he has changed over the time and how he scored the last minute goals a few times for us. So I think I have to give it to him.
Oh, yeah, to be fair, he did save Man United a
A
lot
lot, a
more. Yeah,
lot,
a lot
yeah.
more. Yeah. So, okay. All right. I understand. Okay, my two
Mhm.
center back pairing. I am tempted to pick Saliba as well. But however, as Arsenal fan, I don't know whether you've seen this or known this.
Uh-huh.
Saliba was like so good for us last season, but this season, not say that it's not that good.
Hmm.
It's a little bit under the radar now because of one man, and that is Gabriel. Like
Oh
Gabriel
yes,
Magalhaes.
Gabriel Martinelli.
Gabriel Magalhaes, he
Oh my,
really,
yeah.
really becoming more of a captain, score a crucial
Hmm.
goal for Arsenal as well. With his,
Yes,
especially how people say Arsenal with the set piece corner stuff.
yes, yes.
He's the one that's scoring
He's
the
the one that
corner for us.
deliver. Yes,
He's the one that
you're right.
deliver. It's not like, it's just a corner and any random player score. He's
Hmm.
always Gabriel that scores. He's
Yeah,
at
yeah.
one point our top scorer at one point. So
True.
so I have to give it to him. He's actually one of the key players. But of course, I don't want to be too biased by picking Saliba next to him. So that's one.
Mhm.
But the other defender that I actually wanted to pick, this might be surprising, but I'm gonna pick Mark Gahey. Here's why. Because again, Mark Gahey, he wanted to move to Liverpool, did not
Mhm.
get to
Man
via
City
last minute.
handshake. Uh,
Stay professional and role model, perform consistently for Crystal
mhm.
Palace, to the point that when they sold him to Man City, Oliver Glasner just went, I'm done. I'm
Yeah.
leaving Crystal Palace at the end of the season. That shows how
Yes.
important he is, how professional he is, how of a role
True.
model. And, he integrated well with Man City.
Mhm.
And he's one of those like just a professional, no nonsense defender, which I really like
Yes.
those kind. So I
Okay.
imagine like Gabriel Magalhaes and Mark Gahey, solid back two there. All right, so your left and right
Good
back,
point.
who do you have?
Mm, okay, let me see. I gotta go with because I don't know, Aston Villa, Matthew Cash is still,
Hmm. Hmm.
yeah, between him, I can't be going with Dalot and all this, I don't see because as a right back, you must see how he connect with the midfield,
Yeah,
how his crosses are and everything.
yeah,
So
yeah.
if you ask me overall for me, I think I have to go for Cash with Aston Villa.
Matty Cash. All right, all right.
Yeah.
That's pretty good. What about your left? How's your left looking like? Don't worry, we're gonna
My left,
review this again at the end of the season. So this is just a preview of our current team at the
preview,
moment.
let me see who I have. Mm,
All right. So in the meantime, while you're looking through it, I'll let you know. Right back. Okay, this is gonna sound like cheating a little bit because this player doesn't usually play right back, but because this season he played more right back
hmm,
for some reason, and
okay.
he's the guy who recently got sent off. His name is Dominic Soboslai. So
Soboslai.
I'm sorry, I think
Yeah.
he is the only Liverpool player who performed so well this season. Like,
Yes.
like
He is.
aside from free kicks and all, the guy is versatile. You put him in attacking
Hmm.
mid, he helps. Put him in defensive mid, he works. And in right back, I think he played against when Liverpool against Arsenal, when Arsenal lost 1-0 thanks to
Hmm.
Szoboszlai's free kick anyway. He
Yeah.
played as a right back on that on that game. And he actually like shout out Leandro Trossard, who cannot even beat him one on one.
Hmm.
Which like I'm just impressed by the fact that he can actually play everywhere and he played more than once as a right back this season, so I'm putting him as right back.
He is like an attacking player, actually, if you don't really know,
Yeah,
because he's taking the free kick, he's the one
yeah,
supporting the striker, he's in an attacking midfielder position. So
yeah.
people doesn't know that he's actually a defense. Yeah.
Yeah, he's the most versatile one I've ever seen, and I
Hmm.
think he will be my only Liverpool player in my team of the season right now, because he deserves it,
Fair
I
enough.
think.
Yeah.
Yeah. And do you have anyone on your left back right now?
Um, what needs actually to actually Calafiori actually, because
Calafiori.
I
Okay.
think Arsenal has a very good defense. So for me, it's either Calafiori or actually it's I'm going for who's that guy? The new Man City guy,
Mhm.
An-Nouri, is it? But
Mm. Yeah, yeah, Ain Nouri, yeah.
Ed Nouri also. So if you ask me to give a choice, I think I'll go for Ed Nouri actually, not follow Calafiori. Yeah, because of the
Okay,
link up
okay.
and everything. So I think yeah, for me,
No,
I'll
hey,
go
no
for.
worries, no worries. Again, this is just a mini preview before,
Yeah.
when the end of the season we get to digest a little bit more.
Mm-hmm.
But, this is just a preview because in a way that, I want to understand more. How does your team look like? Because in the future,
Yeah.
for people who are watching this show right now, we're gonna
Mm-hmm.
have a FM simulation that's gonna happen here soon
Yes.
between
Yes.
myself, Mr. JB, and Sean. It's gonna be a fun
Mm-hmm.
three-way. So, this is me learning right now from the other managers.
Okay.
So, my left back. Initially I attempted to pick, um, like I guess this Crystal Palace guy, Daniel Munoz, who play right back, he can play left back.
Mm-hmm.
He was actually really, really good for Crystal Palace until he got injured and now he's out for the rest of the season. So
Mm-hmm.
it's hard to say right now, very unfortunate. But I think I'm actually gonna pick Jurriën Timber. I know he's another Arsenal
Oh.
player. Jurriën
Yep.
Timber is solid. I mean, no offense. I know Calafuri is good. But Timber, I've seen him play as left back and right back this season. And this guy
He
is a
improved a lot.
consistent
Yeah.
he's a consistent 7 out of 10 performer.
Mm-hmm.
He's never gonna give you anything less. He's consistently gonna be running up and down the flanks.
Mm-hmm.
I can imagine now Timber and Soboslai. Yeah, you know what? Okay, pretty decent on the wing backs. All right, your three midfield. Might be some controversial, some of it for sure.
um, I have to go for Semenyo. Anton
Semenyo.
Semenyo.
Okay, okay. Yeah.
Okay, reason why, because when he was back in Bournemouth, he was the one carrying the whole team and everything.
Mm,
He's the one that's scoring the
that's true.
goals, and he can actually carry the same form into Man City, and he can just gel into the team, play well, link up,
Mm,
and even scores for the team. So
yeah,
and before that, we don't really know. To be honest, I don't really, particularly look at him as a
yeah.
player of Bournemouth or a player of that good. So this season, I think I have to pick him as one of my midfielder for my team.
All right, all right. So
Yeah.
you got Semenyo, and the thing is, funny enough, yes, I have Semenyo as well. In fact, I mean, I think it's a bit of a no-brainer. This is his breakout
Yes.
season. He deserved the
Yes.
move to Man City as well. Like what you say, 100% true. He carries
Yep.
Bournemouth, despite Bournemouth having their team losing a lot of players. I think like
Mm-hmm.
Milos Kirk has leave, Dean
Yes.
Huijsen. They have like a lot of their star players from the last season left. Semenyo was the
Mm-hmm.
one that carries it, and I
And
think
he clicked
rightfully
well
he
with the
deserves
team,
it.
so he deserved that spot. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, definitely deserve the spot. All right, so I'll give my second midfield before you come in.
Hmm. Okay.
And I think this one's gonna make you happy a little bit. He's Bruno Fernandes, that's for sure. I think personally, again, this is one of those similar to like how Szoboszlai with Liverpool.
Mm-hmm.
Bruno Fernandes, I know he has his heavy critic last season, and I'm one of those haters who never fan of
Mm-hmm.
his playing style. He
Yeah.
complains and all this and that. But even I would admit, like rivalries and all aside, without him, sometimes Man United do struggle, and
Mm-hmm.
he's the one player that you can rely on in
Yeah.
in crucial matches. I think no offense. I think this season I believe he has like 8 man of the match award.
Yes,
Just
deserving.
yeah, just one behind Haaland actually. So Haaland's the main
Mhm.
one. But Bruno Fernandes being the second highest man of the match, you have to put him in the list to me. So I don't know. Do you agree with me? Do you put him there?
I agree with you, but because I also agree as an opponent fans, you always look
Yeah,
at him, he easily falls, he always
yeah,
rumbles and everything. But apart of that, when you look at the gameplay, the assists, the vision
yeah,
that he has,
yeah.
fantastic midfielder. So I just hope that Menu can really win something for him as a captain to lift
Mm.
some a trophy for us. Maybe next
Yeah,
season. Maybe I do not know, but I think he really lifts the team, and he's the one that links up and just up, and he's a great captain, and he's linking up Menu play. So I agree, man. Bruno Fernandes needs to be in the team. So
all right, all right. So
yeah,
who's your other midfield, the last midfielder you have in mind? I can tell you right now, probably not the same with me this time. We have Semenyo and Bruno right now.
yeah. Um, I I don't know why I'm always thinking about Arsenal in terms of the midfield. So it's Declan Rice actually
Yep. Yeah. Okay.
because of
Very close, but yeah.
because as a he is the one that he scores a free kick. He's link up the gameplay with Arsenal, and so I think and the move for him into Arsenal, I think it's a great move and it's a good buy from
Yeah.
Arsenal
Oh,
also. So I think he's really
100
really
million felt like cheap when it comes to Declan
yes.
Rice. When it comes to Declan Rice, that 100 million does not feel expensive with the performance that he gives you.
Is
It-
every penny is worth for Declan Rice and the free kick and what he brings into the team, and also I think I'll place him into my team, Declan
Yeah, I
Rice.
mean, yeah, 100% yes. I actually picked Declan
Hmm.
Rice. But reason why I say he's very close earlier is because that the other name in mind that is not Declan Rice is Martin Zubimendi. And again, here's
Oh,
why.
okay, good.
He's a guy, personally, I think as Arsenal fan, we signed a lot of
Mm-hmm.
players also this season, like Noni Madueke,
Mm-hmm.
Gyökeres, Christian Mosquera, Zubimendi, and all that, Eberechi Eze and all.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's it.
But surprisingly, as Arsenal fan, and I'm pretty sure I'm not the only one, Zubimendi is the two Arsenal fan, probably the signing of the season for us. The way
Mm-hmm.
he just fits into the system, the
Yep.
way he just becomes such an important companion next to Declan
Mm-hmm.
Rice. Which
Yep.
is last season something that Declan Rice doesn't really have because I'm not saying like last season with
They
Mikel
complement each
Merino.
other actually. Yeah.
Yeah, but with Zubimendi, for some reason, his playing style with Declan Rice, it suits so well. And then we will just have one creative one, which is just Odegaard and Eze. So I just have to mention Zubimendi because to me he's like the signing of the season. But I
Mm-hmm.
do pick Declan Rice, Mr. Consistent himself.
Yes, I
Cannot go
gotta
wrong
agree
with
with
him.
him. Yep, agree.
Like his leadership becoming more and more
Mm-hmm.
this season. Everyone saying like he should be the captain for Arsenal, but it's
Mm-hmm.
only because we respect the longevity of like Gabriel Magalhaes, Bukayo Saka, player who
Uh-huh.
stayed long, may
Yes.
deserve more, but we can see the vice captain in him also is there. He lead, he charge.
It's the consistency, and then that's the important
He's
of a player
such a
of a
workhorse,
midfielder.
such a workhorse. Every time I
Yes.
see him runs around, I feel tired looking at him. Yeah. All right, so now front three, up three. Let's wrap things up. We got the two wingers before the up front. So
um,
the one of the wings to the right. Do you have a name in mind already?
maybe you go first, and then I'll inform you mine.
All right, all right. Okay. So gonna go to because we're playing three, right? Like the wings and all that.
Hmm.
So I'm trying to look at the list here because we already put some manual kind of like in the midfield, so it's not
Yes.
really in the
So
wing. So I'm trying to think who's gonna play in the wing. But hmm, okay. I'm tempted for these two names. All right.
okay.
One of it is Brian Abuemo,
Oh,
and one
that's
of it is Morgan Rogers. And because I
wow.
don't have a Aston Villa player in, I'm actually gonna pick Morgan Rogers. I'm sorry, I already give Bruno Fernandes already. Okay, like
Yeah,
I'll
yeah,
pick
yeah.
Aston Villa now. You know, so yeah, I think Morgan Rogers. I'm not gonna say it's a really, really standout, but he is always consistent as well with Aston Villa.
Right now, yes, I
Yeah.
agree.
Yeah, like I feel like it could have been more, it could have been better. Maybe, I'm sure there are some other names. I'm sure some people will disagree with me
Hmm.
because, no offense, there's no wingers that kind of set a light this season
Yeah, actually,
compared
you're
to
right.
last
That's why I'm
season
having
where,
a hard time to think of a good
yeah,
winger, to be
because like
honest.
last season you
Over
have, yeah, last season you have Mo Salah who just
Salah,
dominated the whole thing.
precisely. Yes.
But now when there's no Mo Salah and, the winger seems pretty, you know?
Yeah, even the average is like makes the look good because there's no one that outshine in that position right now, to be honest.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
it's
Yeah, I have Morgan Rogers in, but do you have anyone in mind right now?
I actually have Embremo, but
Mm.
Ahmad also is, give him a Man U fan,
Yeah, hey,
but
it's fine. It's yours. It's your team. You can
I
just
know,
call him that.
yeah, Mbemo Ahmad. But the thing is, consistency. That's what I'm saying because
Mm.
Mbemo only performed in a big matches, and then Ahmad
Yeah.
also is quite inconsistent to be honest. He's good, but he's not that good at level whereby you look at a
Yeah.
winger and you think of Ahmad that kind of level. So
Correct.
it's tough. But if you ask me, is Mbemo Ahmad because of I know I'm a Man U fan, and then that's the two wingers that I know that they are fast, and then
Yeah.
so yeah, I think both of them is for me.
All right. All right.
Yeah.
All right. So I'm just gonna name out my last two because I already had a bit in mind there.
Okay.
Now, okay, these two players, none of them play in the wing, but these are two strikers that I believe should be in the team of the season regardless.
Hmm.
And that is okay, well, straight up, Erling Haaland's gonna be there.
Of course, yeah, that's
the
my
fact
last.
that he is the fact that people say that he's not performing well, yet he is
Hmm.
the top scorer with 22 goals, says a lot
Hmm.
about how high his standard is. So,
Precisely, yes.
and if you want to say he scored a lot of penalty, I don't think he did this season. So,
Not that much that I can think of. Yeah, he
yeah,
does, but not as much. Yeah.
yeah, yeah. I mean, according to the stats here, 22 goals, three penalties only.
Mm.
So, the fact that, people say like, oh, Haaland's having a bit of an off season, not his usual, but you still hit
Yeah.
20 goals a season,
This season,
which is what
precisely.
any club would want. He has to be there. And the one on the left, be whether left or the center, it
Hmm.
doesn't matter the position wise. He's just striker. Uh,
Okay.
from Brentford, Igor Thiago.
Igor Thiago,
He,
yes.
I think he deserves. I think, again, he's one of those players that carries the whole team on
He
his
is the
back,
reason why Brentford is where they are right now, actually.
Yeah,
If for
exactly.
once,
17
yeah.
goals this season, like big shoes to fill in, like how you mentioned about Lemans with Onana.
Hmm.
He has to fill in Wisa and Mbeumo combined those
Yes.
pair. He has no
He is, he
partner.
is, yes, correct. I
He
agree.
has no partner of it, and he got 17 goals to his name. Truly deserve, I think, with how Brentford is. I have to put him there. So who's your other two? You have your Mbeumo, right? You're saying on the one side?
Mbeumo on one side, and then of course Haaland. I think I have to put
Yeah.
Haaland because
Alan
definitely
Arsenal.
I think is no explanation needed because he's
Yeah.
too good for the Premier League actually.
Yeah,
And then the other
he's too good for Premier League. Yeah.
actually at the start of season, when we saw Liverpool as a team, even though it's a rival team, but I have a huge kind of expectation from Hugo Ekitike actually because he
Hmm.
started the season
Yeah,
quite
yeah,
well to be honest.
yeah,
And then
yeah,
he started to, I think because of injury or something, he starts to lose the form.
yeah.
But quite recent, he start to scores again. So
Hmm.
he is part of my, I think, because in my FPL, I put him
Yeah.
as initially together with Haaland, so I was
Yeah, I mean,
expecting
that's a
more from
solid
him.
team. I mean, if you think about it, like
Yeah,
Mbeumo, Ekitike, and Haaland, that's a solid front already.
yes, yes.
Yeah,
So if you ask me, I have to go for Ekitike, and I think he will
yeah,
continue to perform. Rivalry aside, players, based on stats and based on how they play, I
yeah.
think Ekitike is one of my choice for another striker to choose from besides Haaland and also attacking of Mbeumo.
All right, all right. And with that,
Mm-hmm.
we have come to the end of the today's episode. If you guys enjoy and agree or disagree with me and Shan's team of the season preview, do let us know.
Mm-hmm.
Comment down below what you guys think. More importantly, to like, share, subscribe. Do stick around more. We're gonna have again the FM simulation, a three-way battle between myself, Mr. JB, and Shan for three different clubs, rivals to fight to the top of the EPL. So do stick around.
Yes.
Shan, thank you again for joining
Thank
me
you
for
so
this
much
episode.
for inviting. Thank you so much, Faris.
And we'll see you all next time. Take care, everyone.
Okay, thank you. Bye bye.